What's going on, Jerome's? Minnesota Fighting Vikings superstar receiver Justin freaking Jefferson is not only the best wide receiver in the National Football League. I know people will say Jamar Chase, blah, 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 blah. But both of them are LSU alums. Wide receiver U, Ohio State can go suck a fat one. Woo! Maybe that's too far. Anyways, but Geaux, go Tigers. And Justin Jefferson, Louisiana native, stayed at LSU just like his brothers. And I love it, man. I love Vikings getting him in the draft, even though some people were concerned that he couldn't get off of press coverage and might only play slot in the NFL. Wonder who that was, right? But this year, the Vikings have had a lot of fun. 13-2, what it do in the driver's seat in the NFC. Win out, you win the North, you get the 1 seed as well, and the vibes have been immaculate. Yeah, the Sellies, the camaraderie, the culture, everything has been on point. The guys have a lot of fun together. They love coming to work. They love winning and playing together, and it is a ton of fun. And it does remind you of how good that 2019 LSU team was, man. I mean, just freaking over the moon. Joe Burrow, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Terrace Marshall Jr., Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Thaddeus Moss, Randy's son, Ed Ingram was on this team. But, you know, I mean, just, this entire Stingley, my goodness. I will put up the 2019 LSU Tigers versus the 2001 Miami Hurricanes. That would have been the greatest game ever. If we could just somehow do it in a different universe. A long story longer, Justin Jefferson was asked about the vibes of this squad and that 2019 LSU team that was so fun. This is from Kevin Patrick, NFL.com. Justin Jefferson experienced a championship run with the LSU Tigers in 2019. The star Vikings receiver sees parallels with that legendary club and Minnesota's run this year. Oh, for sure, he said. So he was spoon-fed the question by a reporter. He didn't bring it up organically. Not just what we're doing out there on the field, but the way we carry ourselves, the way we treat each other. In 2019, when I won a championship at LSU, it was that same type of vibe. The team is just together, fighting for one another every single game. It definitely feels the same. The Vikings continue to overcome adversity, winning close games in every way imaginable. Sunday, it was a 27-24 comeback win in rain-spitting Seattle's boisterous bowl. Wow. Alliteration. We're coming together right now over me. Every single game, we're finding different ways to overcome adversity. These close games are what make championship teams. And LSU was LSU because of number 2. Jefferson going off for 4 touchdowns and 227 yards receiving against Oklahoma in the playoff semis. It was great. And plus that did introduce the world to jumping Joe Burrow. Like Burrow, I don't know. I feel like he's overrated in some aspects, but in others, he's just freaking cool, man. Like he has more nicknames than Super Bowl wins, but just give it time. Give this damn man an offensive line. But of course, Ed Orgeron, y'all football. I love Coach O. I mean, Coach O is a master motivator. He was a great recruiter at LSU as well as at USC when he was Pete Carroll's recruiting coordinator. Probably should have held on to that job after Lane Kiffin got fired, but they went with Clay Helton. Regardless, that LSU team, amazing. Amazing. And, they talk about overcoming adversity. There wasn't really a lot of close games for the 2019 LSU Tigers. The closest one, I think the only one by one score was that home game against Auburn, who was also very good at the time, 23-20, getting it done in Death Valley. It's good. But some of these scores are just ridiculous. Well, I guess one score against Alabama, except that game was not as close as the final score. Texas A&M shellacked, Georgia whacked in the SEC title game, beat the piss out of Oklahoma, beat down Clemson, Dabo. I love it, man. I love it. And, yeah, I mean, this Vikings team does have a lot of parallels. They're having a lot of fun. They're playing loose, fun, fast, free football. And I do think that expectations play a part in it, because when LSU won the national title, there wasn't a ton of expectations on that team. Like they were aight. And you had Joe Burrow, the Ohio State transfer, and you had Justin Jefferson, the 2-star recruit. It's like, okay, maybe they'll win a couple games, maybe they'll go play in the Chick-fil-A Bowl, and then we'll call it a good season. No, but they just came out and schwacked everyone. And this Vikings team, over under 6.5 wins, they've doubled that up, and they're playing with house money. And when you have nothing to lose, like that makes you very, very dangerous. And they're having fun, and I love it. Pretty fantastic. But your thoughts are thoughts. Vikings of 2024 have the same vibes as the 2019 LSU Tigers. Woo. Also, we're both fighting Anyways, let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section below. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull production value.